Okay, this is a little overview or review of the SI system or the metric system. And our class has already gone over this, but for the folks who are at home or my students who want an extra review to get ready for the test Monday, this would be a good tutorial video. All right, metric system is used in every country except for 3, which would be Liberia, the United States, and Myanmar, which used to be called Burma. Everywhere else in the world, it's moving to decimal, okay? So we're going from giga all the way to nano, all right? And we know that metric units actually get even bigger than giga and smaller than nano. But we're just gonna focus our attention on giga to nano. You can use a little mnemonic device to help you remember the order. The classic is King Henry died, and then the baseline is by drinking chocolate milk. All right, right there. And then we just added our own little helpful way of remembering giga and mega and micro and nano. So you could say, gosh, or goodness, my King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And then we added Monday night for micro and nano. All right? You want to remember how many times to move the decimal between every unit. So we use humps to represent times 10. Because the metric system is based on powers of 10. So there's 1,000 megas in a giga. Because every time you set a little hump, it's times 10, times 10, times 10. So 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000, right? All right, so there's 1,000 kilos between mega and, or there's 1,000 units between kilo and mega. This is so little, there are 1,000 nanos in a micro and 1,000 micros in a milli, right? But then everything else is just one hump, so which means it's 10 individual units between all of the other metric prefixes. So if you go milli to centi, there's 10 millis in a centi, so like 10 milliliters in a centiliter, 10 millimeters in a centimeter, right? So it's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, all right? You will need to know the literal meaning of all the prefixes for your test, all right? So, and I'm not gonna run them all up here, you can look them up, because the students here all have it already, but it was giga billion, mega million, kilo thousand, hecto hundred, deca 10. Baseline is just one of anything, like 1 gram, 1 liter, 1 meter. Deci is 10th, all right, or 1/10. Centi is 100th. Milli is 1,000th, all right. Micro is 1,000,000th, and a nano is billionth, TH, okay? So, it's like it's opposite ends of the spectrum there, all right? In order to convert, if I had 5.0 giga, let's say bytes for memory on computers, let's say. If I had 5 gigabytes and I want to know how many megabytes that would be, all right? To go from giga to mega, I move the decimal 3 times, literally, to the right. So that decimal goes 1 and then 2, 3, but there's nothing out here. So you have to add zeros. 1 move, 2, 3 moves. So it's 5,000 megas in a giga, all right, in 5 gigas. All right, and if you go the other way, let's say I have 605,000 nanoliters, and I want to know how many centiliters that would be. First say, okay, nano to centi, am I going right or left? All right, you're moving to the left, nano to centi. How many times to the left? 3, 6, 7 to the left. Any number with no decimal, we know the decimal is on the end of the number. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the left. So I'm gonna have to add a 0 out front. So 0.0605. And I don't have to put those zeros, all right? To always double check your work and say, did I move it the right number of spaces? So we're gonna go 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would be right there, 7. So that's correct. All right, and that's how you make metric conversions.
Good.